time,
That's right.
day of the week.
We're not here to talk about all that stuff.
No.
So, I guess today's topic I wanted to talk about was um like we're DVC members, and basically we get to Disney and save money and stuff like that. Like what do we do? So we'll go for about 30 minutes or so or whatever, not longer than 9 o'clock.
No.
And yeah, so I guess one of the things that we decided to do for a long time is not to, well, I'm not a big fan of airplanes anymore. I don't know. But then,
Unfortunately.
right. Well, we did fly first. We got a break. We had a flight. It was like pretty not that full, and they put us in first class.
Mhm.
Remember that?
That was the last time we flew.
It was. It was the last time
It
we
was the last
flew,
time we flew.
and we got first class. It was
Mhm.
kind of like cool.
But that was, yeah. I've been, well, Delta bought out Northwest. So I was a Northwest Miles member. So I might have a little bit more time on you.
You might. That's right. I don't know. I don't know
Right.
I don't think it carried over. Maybe I don't
I
know.
don't know.
You have to check one day.
Right.
Call them
But,
up and see.
yeah. But on another note, we don't generally fly when we go to Disney on our trips. So, because most advantage of our DVC membership and living in Michigan, we to go at least 2 times a year. So to cut the cost down, we've decided that the best way to do that is to drive versus flying.
Yeah, so we drive, and I never knew that I could drive that. I know I don't drive the whole. We don't drive the whole way.
No,
No,
no.
not at all.
Mm-mm.
I think. Well, she's
My
driven.
last solo trip that we went on just in February, we did the straight through home. Me and my friend that went, and I won't do that again.
Yeah, that was.
It was
seemed
an
like
adventure.
it was an adventure.
Yeah.
See, it becomes an adventure when you do it in one day.
Mm-hmm.
It's you don't feel so well, it's still a long day. I mean, we leave here from Michigan, Detroit, Michigan, and it takes about 13 hours maybe to get to like up by Atlanta area. I think
We stayed just outside of Atlanta.
right. And how long does that take?
Well, it takes, if we leave at
14 hours maybe.
yeah,
14
you gotta,
hours.
it's not really, it's that is equating all of our stops and gas and outstretch your legs. So we kind of take our time when we do it. So we'll leave generally probably about 6 in the morning, and we will get to where we stay in just outside of Atlanta at about 8:30,
Oh,
9 in there.
yeah.
It's never been after 9.
No.
Except for that one time, our first time we drove.
Yeah.
Learning curve. We left late.
It's not like we don't know where we're going because
No.
it's only one
It's
road.
one straight shot.
One straight shot. So
Yeah.
it's 75 south. And you just head on that south and keep on south.
Keep on trucking.
Keep on trucking. You're like the Midnight Trucking Association. You just
But we left late.
Yeah.
We left at 9 o'clock in the morning.
In the morning. So we got there really late.
Oops.
I hate it. So I try to drive in as much daytime hours as I can get in, and then go drive off the side of a cliff or something. I mean, you're not going to, but
I don't think you're gonna do that, but who knows?
Yeah, and I don't like driving I don't like driving in the snow either through the mountains. So we try to avoid going at a time when there's no snow. So like December,
It wasn't
because there was no snow this year.
It was mostly rain.
A lot of rain,
which wasn't too bad. But our first trip that we did with DVC, we did go into December, and we had to cut the trip short by a day?
Yeah,
so that we could leave
because there was a big giant snowstorm that was coming.
Yeah,
and we had to drive back, and then we had to beat the snow.
Yeah, so
we beat it. We got back safely, and that was good stuff.
Yeah, and then our second trip we did in March, and that wasn't that bad of a drive. We would did
No.
pretty good.
And
And
August was great.
yeah.
It's like a piece of cake.
Yeah. Come your third time around making the trip from Michigan to Orlando, it's not horrible.
Yeah.
It's not a bad drive at all.
I like
it is the best gas station in the world.
It is a good gas
You
station.
can find such weird little trinkets
They have like,
and just craziness.
yeah, they have pools. You got you name it, and then they all on top of that, all the trinkets, like you can get yourself a magnet, a shot glass,
Coconut.
coconut. Oh yeah,
The
I
coconut
remember that.
pig.
The coconut
Yeah.
pig. Yeah. So you make things out of coconuts, and then
Yeah.
then if you get it, once you get into Florida on I-75, they got all the gator, like everything's about gator,
Yeah.
alligators and
Citrus
stuff.
The crazy
and
citrus stops. Really obscured places on your way down.
That's right.
Which kind of makes the trip a little bit more funner because it breaks up the monotony of being in the car.
That's right.
So that you're getting out and you're walking around and you're getting to look at some things.
The last trip we took, we on the way back, we ended up going through Corbin. I think it was Corbin, Kentucky, which is
right. Yeah.
The very first Kentucky Fried Chicken was actually.
Yeah, it was. It was the very first Kentucky Fried Chicken restaurant where they had like a hotel. It was like a whole thing. And then we ended up having to be detoured through a little town, Mount Vernon.
Mount Vernon.
Money Earning.
Yes, because somebody crashed. And then, the one of the lessons learned is that we didn't learn the lesson. I mean, I'm just saying we've seen it happen and we're like, oh my goodness. Right. So what happened was there was a truck and the truck, we were on this truck started falling backwards, but caught it. And then, but the car behind us, I thought it was going to get smashed up. And oh man, that was dangerous stuff. So my rule now is if coming into a traffic jam, I don't want to, I want to be between cars and not trucks.
Not trucks. Yeah.
Not trucks.
So then we had our time to go through Mount Vernon. I think that was Kentucky, Mount Vernon, Kentucky. Yeah. Very cute little town. It was kind of fun.
Don't blink your eyes.
Don't blink your eyes because you would probably miss it. You know.
Yeah. So there's this little route that goes in between, all right off I-75. It's like a route that goes all the way through Kentucky.
Yeah, and it goes all the way around and then takes you back onto 75.
Yeah.
So I mean that added a few more minutes or so onto our ride back home, but it wasn't bad because we left early enough. So
yeah, it wasn't bad at all.
It was actually a nice little detour. So
that's like primarily the most how we save a lot of money. I mean, because airfare is like considerably like outrageous.
It's very expensive, especially from Detroit.
Yeah.
I think for the three of us to fly, it's like $1,500 for us for us to fly. And the way I look at it is, do I want to spend that $1,500 on sitting on an airplane, or do I want to save some of that? Because you got to remember gas, hotel, treats on the road will cost you too, but not as much as an airfare.
Right.
So that gives us a little bit more extra money that we can use at Disney and use it for things like after hours or just to buy different kind of gifts and trinkets, whatever that we want to bring back.
Yeah, souvenirs or something.
Yeah. So, but a lot of times
take some of that money and spend it on like a after hours party or, and then you can apply it to something else that you're planning on using your trip, like food or whatever, and go to the food budget. Cause then, see, the other thing is that we save because we don't get the deluxe dining package. We had got that one time. I got it once, and
too much.
It was like I was running around trying to make it so I could make all the dinner, all the meal times and the reservations around the place.
Right.
And it becomes like it's like you're chasing. Like you eat one time. So let's say I eat at 8:00 at Ohana's, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just giving you like an example, right? I go to eat 8:00 at Ohana's, and then I have lunch at the Magic Kingdom. Well, then I have to, that's 8:00. By the time I get done with Ohana's, it's like 9:30, 10 o'clock. It's because it takes so long to eat. and get done with everything and see the
And you got to
characters.
equate the wait time too, because
Yeah.
even though you have a reservation, sometimes arrival time. So your reservation might be 8 o'clock, but they may not seat you till 8:20, 8:30.
Yeah, so they're usually running
Mhm.
late. And then, so I think if you really want to use the deluxe dining plan, I would use it if you plan on going to like shows like the Hoop Doo Review or the
Mhm.
Luau or at the Polynesian, or if you're going to go to the Brown Derby, that's
Right.
2 points. If you're going to be doing things that call the steakhouse
And yeah,
in
in
France.
no, that's in Canada.
Okay. Oh yeah, in Canada. So you can do a lot of things that are like
Yeah.
You can do a lot of dinners that are 2 points that you can knock down. But then and then those days you can only you'd have one left and you can do like a breakfast or a lunch. I don't think the meals that you're getting are worth the 2 points.
No, and you leave a lot of meals on the table when you go to leave.
A lot of snacks.
A lot. You leave with us. Although I think this time, keeping my fingers crossed, we can still go in June because we have a June 13th check-in. So, but I had the new one where it's 2 sit downs, 1 quick, because then you could use those 2 points for places like Cinderella's Round Table or the steakhouse in Canada. And you're not going to feel like you're, you know, wasting anything, but, and you still have that quick service too. And then you don't feel like, because if you do the deluxe, you don't really want to spend a sit down on a quick service because it's kind of a waste. You're losing money that way.
Yeah, and so the other way we save money, and not everybody's able to do this again, is we buy the pass, the annual pass from, because we're
Mhm.
DVC members, and we save a ton of money on the annual pass.
Yeah.
So this last year where they had an increase, it still was not as much. I mean,
No.
if you go twice a year, you're getting like a free, basically anything after 6 days or so,
It's free.
it's free. So, you plan 2 DVC trips. Now that's where it's getting tricky at,
Yeah.
because the DVC rates are going up all the time, and to have we like to go for 10 days, but it's
Right.
almost going to have to be like 7-day trips from now
Mhm.
on, 2 7-day trips.
Or we can just add more points.
Yeah, right. Then they would have more points.
Add more points. But yeah, so
Yeah.
like last year, I think our annual passes, we did want to take the bus to the Magic.
Yeah, the bus.
Because
Yeah, you can't take it to the Magic Kingdom. Yeah,
Yeah.
don't drive.
No.
Yeah, but I like driving instead of everywhere else. It doesn't matter to me, because then you just take the tram all the way in, and then
Right.
it's just a walk from the parking lot, and then
Mhm.
that's it. And then usually it's they're picking people up constantly on the tram, and then you get to your car. You don't have to be worried about being around a bunch of people on a
Right.
bus. And
Packed into a bus.
that's another thing. So
Right. But I think depending on what resort you're staying at, depends on how many people are on the bus.
yeah, if you stay, and we found all that the first time we stayed at the Caribbean, the Polynesian, and we looked across, and there was these line for the
For the All-Stars, it was quite
big difference.
Yeah, huge difference. But
Yeah.
Nothing against the All-Stars, love the All-Stars, but yeah, I just didn't like the bus situation with the All-Stars.
You can tell up from
Right.
like not like somewhere where it's more expensive than the DVC, the All-Star, or
Right.
the value resorts, because the line is less for the bus.
It's a lot less, yeah. Yeah.
But then
So
here's but they did change a while ago. The buses are only coming once an hour.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that.
I didn't notice a difference though my last day at Old Key West. It seemed like the buses were coming quite regularly. And it's nice though too, because now the bus schedule is on your My Disney experience. So like you could be in your hotel room and be like, ooh, bus comes at 8:45. Let's get
that's a good thing to know.
Hitting brakes to the bus stop.
That's right.
Mhm.
That way you don't miss the bus.
Yeah.
Don't be like crisscross.
Right, don't miss the
Don't
bus.
miss the bus.
Don't miss the bus. But yeah. Another way you can save money too is that even we take our car and Usually when we stay our trips, we usually stay in a villa. So we have a kitchen, we have full kitchen.
Oh yeah.
So we will go to the grocery store and pick up like our bottled water and snacks for when we're at back at the resort, and yogurts and fruit and that things like that
Pop,
too.
whatever
Pop,
you're gonna
yeah,
do, whatever you're gonna drink, you can definitely
yeah. Keep it
keep
there.
it there, and then
Mhm.
you're good. You're good to go. You're
Right.
golden because you're not making any trips to the
Mm-mm.
$4 can of pop, the
Yeah.
vending machine,
The vending machine, yeah. And then
or you're not eating the snacks. You're not
yeah,
using your snacks at the your snack points
at the
at the
hotel to go get a
hotel.
bag of
Yeah.
chips or whatever. But and also too, it's a time saver. It's like you're not walking to the quick service restaurant in the resorts. Rome, that's just to me, it's just
It
convenience.
is convenience.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
it's
is. Yeah.
convenience. And if you don't drive, if you're a DVC member and you don't drive, you can have things all delivered to your villa. Like I think we did Amazon Prime once.
And
Mhm.
yeah, so we do that, and then we save money there. And then we also save a lot of money is we don't buy like this. And some people maybe have a hard time with this because they like to go shopping and look at
Right.
stuff, but we don't shop since we're not going to buy a bunch of stuff there, and we just wait till the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we buy everything that we're going to be looking for. So we have kind of like make a list as we go along, going, oh yeah,
Mhm.
and then we make sure we go back to those places, and then we buy what we're going to buy. We don't.
Mhm.
I'm not a big collector of anything. Man, I got hats.
Yeah,
And
ears and a t-shirt or two.
yeah, and I don't collect like pins, even though I'm like, I don't know, maybe
No.
I'll get into that one day.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
yeah, you can only wear so many pins. I don't like to wear the pins in the parks all the time because they kind of like
Clank,
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 clank, and I don't want to
clank.
lose any anywhere.
Right.
Yeah, so you're trading hat.
Right. Well, you got the pins on that hat
Yeah, I
that I
do.
got you at Animal
Yeah,
Kingdom.
that's right. It's nice.
Mhm.
I like it. It was great hat.
Yeah, it came with
It's on it too.
Mhm.
Yep. So, yeah.
Oh, and
So
another way to save some money
yeah, go
too
ahead. Yep.
is if you drive, or you can get an Uber, whatever, but you go to the character warehouse.
Yeah, Character Warehouse. Yeah, you can drive there. That way, that you could pack your car full, whatever you're going to
Yeah.
take back, and then buy like cheap stuff
Mhm.
or on sale things at the Character Warehouse, and you're
Mhm.
always going to be able to find a deal. And there's two Character warehouses.
Mhm.
There's one that's really close,
On Vineland.
Vineland, yeah, and then there's another one. So there's two of them that you can go to, and you can go shop, go further.
A little bit further, yeah.
Yeah.
And you can do a little, retail therapy at the mall.
That's right.
Because it is an outlet mall and they have a lot of great
They have a lot
stores.
of stuff.
They have a lot of good stores.
They sell a lot of suitcases and
Yeah,
luggage.
I noticed they do sell a lot of suitcase. I don't know what it is with the suitcases there, but it seems like everybody buys a suitcase at the outlet mall.
They do.
So
Everybody has a suitcase. Yeah.
I like it because they have like Tory Burch and they have a Vera Bradley outlet.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it's cheaper than going to Disney Springs.
Well, yeah.
So, but I like Disney Springs. That's another
I
thing.
love Disney Springs.
Yeah, it's a great place.
It's fun. I think this time when we go in June, fingers and toes crossed that it still happens, that I want to go to the bowling alley. I want to bowl at Lucky Strikes
Lucky Strikes. Huh?
one afternoon. So, because we'll be there 10 days. So you can't spend all 10 days in the park, although I could. But I mean, we could spend an afternoon or two at Disney Springs too. They have a lot of fun things there, good food.
So let's see here. How else do we? Oh yeah. So if you use your snack points, we use our snack points in the parks. We don't, eat all the Mickey bars and stuff,
No.
but you can use them on those things like I don't know, like root beer floats in the middle of the park. Those are pretty nice. Or those like really those snacks. Oh, the egg rolls. That's another thing you can use your snacks on.
Everybody loves the cheeseburger egg rolls.
Cheeseburger egg roll. That's right. Or you can Dole Whips. Yeah, you can spend that on a Dole Whip.
And the Dole Whips, yeah.
There's a lot of baked goods. I'm gonna try to not eat as many.
Yeah. They do have some crazy good baked goods.
A lot of baked goods,
Oh,
cupcakes.
crazy good.
Yeah.
Their pastry chefs are on point there, but it's fun because like you can watch like if you do a lot of your research and your
Disney food blog. Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to them.
Disney food blog, I'll tell you, she can tell you how to spend a snack point and not just on like cookies, candy, pop, like you can get like little like the tater tots with the pulled pork on it or the barbecue chicken on tater tot and it's a snack point. And that
Yeah.
could be like a lunch,
I mean,
points. And like if you're having the dining plan that it's like a quick service, a sit down and a snack, you could use, say, your quick service for breakfast at the hotel, at the quick service counter. Lunch, you use your snack point at one of the places that are serving like the loaded tots, loaded fries, things like that. You use that as your lunch point in the park because you always want to eat a little lighter in the parks because you don't want to the best of your advantage right there.
oh yeah, that's a great
Mhm.
idea. Yep. 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 I agree.
Mhm.
Yep. So that's kind of like how we basically save a ton of money
Oh yeah.
on going to Disney and making our money like
Mhm.
go the furthest.
Right.
Yeah. And so
And there's other money saving tips, like people that go to Disney with small kids, and little kids when you go through like all the stores, they always want things because it's just little kid curiosity. The best way to save money is to pre-buy your stuffed animals and things like that, and then give them to your kids before you go into the park. And you've already made that purchase, like, maybe 1, 2 months ago, like, when you might have been able to catch them on sale on Shop Disney, things like that, and that kinda keeps the kid from, like, maybe wanting they already have that toy when you go through the store to look at things and, maybe pick up it. That's a good money saving technique too.
yeah,
Mhm,
it's an interesting idea.
mhm.
So yeah, so I just wanted to spend today. We just wanted to talk about that today, about how we save some money and how
Right.
we drive down and stuff like that
Mhm,
and whatnot. And we'll look forward to you guys seeing you guys again. And
mhm,
give us remember to subscribe and hit the like
mhm.
button and and um, and the notification bell. Yeah, that's really
Right.
important
And
stuff.
then once the old
Yeah, let's not talk about
quarantini
let's talk
is
about it.
off,
Yeah,
we can, do some more vlogs, like, around our town,
yeah,
around Detroit and things like that.
yeah,
That was our hopes, but then
yeah. We got to bring more to Detroit, so
right,
can't do that right
we
now. But
can't right now, so, I
so
mean,
yeah,
sad but
so
true.
sad. Okay, guys. Talk to you guys later. Have a great one. Thanks for
Bye.
watching. Bye bye.